cases, real people. New England's Unsolved with Bob Ward.
In Swampscott, the murder of teenager Henry Bedard still haunts investigators. Henry was beaten to death with a baseball bat 50 years ago. His killer has never been identified. In this New England's Unsolved, I'm sitting down with Henry's father for the first time, and he tells me he never thought he'd have to wait this long for justice.
All I know, whoever did it has no conscience. No conscience. Just an animal. He just don't care.
Henry Bedard Sr. has lived half a century without knowing who viciously killed his son, Henry Jr., in December 1974. Speaking to me from his home in Florida, Henry Sr. tells me he is losing hope.
Probably die, never knowing.
Henry Bedard Jr. was 15 years old, a high school sophomore. On December 17, 1974, Henry's body was discovered in woods behind a Swampscott DPW yard in an area known as Kite Hill or Swampscott View. Investigators say Henry Bedard was beaten to death with a baseball bat.
We have been told that he was not just hit in the head with a baseball, but he was hit several times and hit after he was down.
Henry Bedard Jr. was last seen alive in the afternoon the day before. Henry dropped off a roll of film to be developed at a CVS in Vinnon Square. He also looked for a Christmas present for his sister. Sometime between 3 and 3:30, DPW workers saw Henry walk by, and so did the late Swampscott Police Chief, Peter Cassidy, as he told me in 2004.
I just stopped the car and just waved at him when he went across. He knew me, and I knew him. He just went up that way, which is the direction of where we found him.
The wooded area where Henry was found is near neighborhoods and an abandoned railroad line. The tracks are long gone, but in 1974, young people were familiar with the area.
And they would take those tracks and just kind of skip all the side streets to get to where they're going.
Swampscott Police Detective Sergeant Candace Doyle is now working the Bedard murder case. A key piece of evidence that's still being analyzed is the baseball bat, a 31-inch Louisville slugger.
This belonged to somebody in the town.
These carvings on the bat and what might be the letter K continue to interest police.
This marking right here in the top was homemade and is significant to the bat and the owner of this bat, we would assume.
50 years later, Henry Bedard Sr. is still frustrated the bat's owner has never been identified.
I mean, how many little league teams in Swampscott? How many bats? Nobody even knew the bat. Nothing about it.
If you could just put that up, that'd be great.
In Swampscott, police are not giving up on finding Henry Bedard's killer.
It's equally as important today as it was back then in December of 1974.
Henry's dad is not giving up either, but he says he's tired of waiting for justice.
It would clear my mind for sure, because I always said I'd like to know before I die. Well, I'm 92 in a month. So how much longer have I got?
If you have any information about the murder of Henry Bedard back in 1974, contact Swampscott Police at 781-595-1111 or Mass State Police at 1-855-MA-SOLVE. For New England's Unsolved, I'm Bob Ward.